Hi, so I'm Mrs. Williams here at Eastern New Mexico University, and I'll be your instructor for the Math 119 online course. So I have went ahead and put up here my personal information, so where my office is located, my email that you can contact me with, and my office phone number. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. If you are getting any kind of notification that you are not qualified for this course, that means you might need to go talk to advising. You might also need to take a placement test in order to be allowed into Math 119. Okay, but we're going to go ahead and assume that you're already in and that you're where you need to be and that you have the needed prerequisites. So I want to talk just a little bit about how this course is going to be ran. Everything is going to be online. Okay, even paper assignments are going to be submitted online. We will be using both Blackboard and my math lab. Most of you should have used Blackboard before on some level if you're attending Eastern New Mexico University, especially if you're taking online courses. So when you log into your Blackboard account, it should look something like this when you go into our course page. So I'm going to walk you through the most important things to make sure that you get set up correctly and you get all the needed information and you start off right and on track. So when you come, it does show our course ID and number. Now, if you're taking this and it is not summer 2016, I might be using an older introduction video. So please note that your course information will be a little bit different when you click here. Okay. Notice there are two folders that say click here first, click here second. This is getting you set up for this course. It's also some of your first assignments for this class. So that's where we're going to go right now. When you click on click here first, you should get all these getting started videos. Now you are watching the welcome video right now. So if you got this through your email and then you go look in here, you're not going to have to re-watch it. If you already watched it, you're watching it with me now. And I'm just going to go over a little bit of how everything's set up. Then I encourage you to watch these other three videos. Okay, setting up and using my math lab, it's imperative you get that account set up right away. I've already got all the homeworks and the tests published, so you can go ahead and get a head start on it. If you want to go ahead and get started, I'm not making you wait until the first day of the semester to get enrolled and begin working on things. So if you're a little slower at working through math, please utilize this extra time that you have and get a jump on it. Everything must be completed by the due dates, but you can always complete things sooner. So if you want to work ahead and get through the course early, you're more than welcome to do that. Then there is a video about testing protocols. So I'll talk about your different exams, which ones are proctored, which ones are not proctored, how to get your proctor set up, all that kind of stuff. And then, like I stated before, we're going to have both online homework and paper assignments. Now, for paper assignments, we are going to be submitting those through Blackboard. So if you notice here over on this left-hand side, you do have where it says Blackboard assignments. That's where those paper assignments will be submitted and also graded. And then I'll take your grades and put them into my math lab. So if you have questions about that, let me know. The way that you will submit them is as PDF files. So if you have a scanner, you can just scan it and upload it as a PDF. If you're like me and you don't have a scanner at home, what I did is I downloaded this really neat app on my smartphone that's called Cam Scanner, CAMSCANNER. So there is a little video here that walks you through how to email homework to yourself. This little app just takes pictures of your homework assignment, changes it to a PDF, and then you can email it to yourself so that you can upload it into Blackboard. I am really not a technologically savvy person, but all the technology we'll be using for this class is really user-friendly. So if you don't have a scanner available to you, I highly suggest downloading this app, which is available on iOS, Android, and some other stuff I do believe. So Those are what the videos are. I want you to watch those first so that you have a good idea of all the information that you need to know. Then if you scroll down, your first 2 homework assignments are listed under this click here first folder. The first one is setting up your proctor options and filling out this proctor form. So there's a form here that you'll actually have to fill out and upload just the way I described to you. So getting that cam scanner app right away, or making sure you have a scanner that can convert to PDF available to you, is something that you need to make sure you have before beginning this course. Okay, this will be your first homework assignment. Your next homework assignment, if you keep scrolling, is what we call the warnings page. Now, the warnings page is just a little quick document that kind of outlines the warnings of taking a math class online. The extra time, understanding that we're not going to be meeting face to face. We will correspond through email, but you're not getting the same effect as a classroom setting. So there's just a lot of things I'd like for you to read through and be aware of going into the class. So that again is another document that you're going to print out. You're going to sign it so that I know you're acknowledging that you're aware of the warnings of taking math online. And then that is your second homework assignment, which you will upload into Blackboard. So once you get those 2 things done, I'll go ahead and enter your grades into my math lab, and you'll already be on your way to good grades, right? All right, so this is the information that was in the click here first folder. Now, what we want to do is we want to go back to our home page and notice there was a click here second folder. So that's where we're going to click next. It has our course information as far as the syllabus and the lecture schedule. So I'm going to talk a little bit about those 2 things just really quickly. All right, this is our syllabus for summer 2016. So again, if you are taking this course in a different term, make sure you're looking at your current syllabus. And it outlines the expectations, things that are important to note. It has this big course ID listed on the front page. Now, this is the course ID that will enroll you in my class, in my math lab. So make sure you print out a syllabus and keep it with your folder, with your notes, so that you have that to make sure you get into the correct course. Once you're enrolled in my course in my math lab, you won't need that code ever again. Okay. It also shows you the different weighting of your grade. It talks about tutoring options, just kind of expectations. So it's really good to read through your syllabus. Your first assignment on my math lab is a syllabus quiz. So you're actually going to look over your syllabus, and it's an assignment that just asks you specific questions about my policies in the syllabus. So again, that should be three now, easy hundreds on your assignment. All right, so that's our syllabus. Definitely print it out, have it on record. The other thing is the lecture schedule. Now, the lecture schedule is what I put together for if I was teaching this class face-to-face, what we would be covering each day so that we get through all the material in a timely fashion before the end of the semester. So you can see here what our first day is, the activities that you need to be doing, and then your homework. So purchase and installing the software, completing the warnings page we just talked about, completing the proctor form that we just talked about, doing the syllabus quiz, and then here you can see your first assignment is also needing to be taken care of. Now all this stuff needs to be done by the second day of class. So like I said before, I already have the course open and available to you. So if you want to go ahead and get all this stuff done, then you're just one step ahead of the game. As far as these homework assignments, I don't expect you to go into my math lab and just automatically know or struggle through learning how to do these. So I actually have lecture videos located in my math lab, which you will hear all about when you watch the My Math Lab video, where they're located, how to access them. And these YouTube videos are just like sitting in class. I sit there, I explain how to do the material. There's problems for you to work throughout the video so you can pause it and get some practice. And I also provide pre-printed notes. So all the notes that I'm doing in the videos are going to be available to you through my math lab, where you can just print them and work right along with me. Okay. Now, one thing I will note, and I think I mentioned this in some later videos as well, is that our paper assignments are submitted through Blackboard, but all of the other assignments are submitted through my math lab. So that means on Blackboard, you're not going to see my math lab assignments. And on my math lab, you're not going to see Blackboard assignments. All the grades will end up in my math lab once I have them entered. So to make sure that you don't miss any assignments and that I don't get any emails about, I just didn't know that we were supposed to, yes, you do. You watch this video, you know what's expected. So this lecture schedule is your guide to make sure that, one, you're not only self-pacing correctly to make sure you get through everything on time, but also you can see next to every single assignment I've put these little check boxes. So if I scroll down, I think your first worksheet is in section 1.9, and you can see there's a 1.9 on my math lab, and there's a 1.9 worksheet, and it says right below it Blackboard, and there's little check boxes so that you know that you got both of them completed. Okay, so this is going to be the best thing for keeping you on task and caught up. So make sure you print this, keep it with your syllabus, keep it with your notes, so you know what you should be doing every day. Okay, I have right now, I think every single Friday is a homework or catch-up day, so I only have lecture videos assigned Monday through Thursday. Now again, you don't have to do them on these exact days. This is just a guide that if you were to do it in this order, you would self-pace through the course and get done on time. Okay, you can always go faster. You can always get through the material quicker, but it needs to be completed at the latest by the due date that's shown on here. Okay, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and go back to Blackboard. So we're in the second click here folder, and this is where you can download or print out your syllabus or your lecture schedule. Okay, make sure you print both. Please just print both and just keep them so that you're on track. There's also this participation agreement. This is something that you will click on, and doing this and doing the other assignments that I have here in Blackboard let us know that you did get into the course and that you are attending. We have to report attendance within the first week of summer school or any semester really. And so we need to make sure that you're doing this. That's what the participation agreement is so that we know that you actually got enrolled, that you're actually participating in the course. All right, so now that we kind of know how this class is ran, we have the idea that we're going to be using Blackboard and we're going to be using my math lab. I want to talk a little bit about my expectations. Okay, expectations for this class is that you show up ready every time you log on to the computer. Okay, working with a bunch of music or watching videos at the same time or having a lot of people in the room with you is not going to be conducive to learning. You need to take this seriously just as if you were doing a normal in-class lecture college algebra. Okay, you need to allot time to sit down and watch the videos. Some of them are 20 minutes, some of them are an hour and 15 minutes. It just depends. Some sections have 2 videos. So make sure you're allotting enough time for these assignments and that you're prepping for them accordingly. Now you're not going to be able to use a graphing calculator for the final exam in this class, which is the exam that gets proctored. So I suggest as you work through this semester, through all this material, you familiarize yourself with a scientific calculator. So it could be something like a TI, I'm not really sure what the number is on this, TI 30-ish, something like that. You can have something that does logs, exponents, fractions, but you cannot use a calculator that has any kind of graphing capability on the final exam. Okay. I also expect that if you have issues that you contact me right when those issues arise. If you know you're going on vacation and it conflicts with an exam, you need to work ahead. Okay, if you need some kind of special accommodation, something like that, please let me know. I'm happy to work with you, but not if it's after the fact. If you go MIA for like 4 weeks and then you come and you're like, oh, I forgot to tell you I had this thing going. Okay, so keep communication open so that I can best help you. Also, make sure you read through your syllabus because there are some options for getting online tutoring throughout the semester, which are great and can be very, very valuable to you. And feel free to use any references that you have. If you took math classes in high school and you still have your notes or your books, if you want to utilize other YouTube videos, or you have a professor or a math teacher, friend, or acquaintance that you can ask for help, that's great. Okay, I'm totally fine with that, but you need to make sure that you are learning the material. Okay, because when it comes down to it, if you don't pass the final exam for this class, you automatically get an F. So even if you're getting someone to hold your hand through the whole semester, that final exam is all you, and if you don't pass it, then you fail the course. So again, use the tools that you have, but make sure that you're owning it and that you're doing the best you can and that you're actually retaining that information and not just taking from someone else's wellspring of knowledge. And that's what my videos are for. I make these videos and these notes so that you can work through them and know exactly how to do these homework problems. So if you call and ask me for help, or if you email me and ask me for help, the very first thing I'm going to ask you is, did you watch the video? Okay, so make sure you watch those videos before you ask for help, because the videos will probably explain 99% of the questions that you might potentially have in the course. The other thing that I wanted to talk about really quickly is some people think that my unit numbering is slightly odd. So when you look through your notes or you look through your assignments, you're going to see E1.1, E1.2, and I just wanted to quickly talk about what that means. E is short for exam, and we have 4 units. So when we're in unit 1, anything that has an E1 is going to be material that our first exam or exam 1 corresponds to. So exam 1 material, the first topic would be E1.1. Exam 1 material, the second topic would be E1.2, E1.3, E1.4, and so on and so forth. Then when we get to Unit 2, it's going to be E2.1, E2.2, E2.3, and so on and so forth. So when you're working through these and you go to look at like the ebook, it's not going to have my unit numbering, because that's how I have organized the topics and the material for this course. So I just wanted to explain what that is so you kind of know as you're working through it. Anything that has an E1 is exam 1 material, anything that has an E2, exam 2 material, and so on and so forth. Okay, so I'm really excited about this semester. We have a lot of great topics to cover. We have some fun videos, and I really hope that you have a good time in this class and learn a lot. Oh, and I will mention, some of my videos are just a little bit dated. I made them a year or so ago, and I was in a really bad car accident that year. So some of the videos, I look a little rough. So I'm just going to tell you ahead of time, I'm okay. I'm not hurt. I'm fine. I just need to redo some of those videos where I look a little haggard. So ahead of time, I'm good. I hope you have a great semester, and let me know if you have any questions along the way.